Boom. Boom. All right, now, I believe, yes, now we have what we're looking for. Now we're ready to do some quick, massive damage. We are back at a familiar starting point. Yes, we have started many an episode here. Aloy is freezing. It is snowing. And my controller is vibrating. Is that because she's cold? It's just a constant vibration. I have no idea why that is. But today we are obviously back at the base. It's not vibrating anymore. But as soon as I get here, it starts to vibrate. Does that have something to do with the water and being colder? It stops. Yeah, it's right around that area. Oh, could it have something to do with these things? I don't know. I don't know. But in this general area, the controller does vibrate. All right. But we know I guess I should say I'm assuming, but I think we probably know. This is going to be a lore-heavy episode. So we're coming in. We're turning the protocol. We have people to talk to. Oh, that reminds me. Katalo. He might be ready. He might have an arm. He might have his arm ready to go. This could be the moment for this. So we have people to talk to. We have, what else do we have? We have drones to turn in. We have unlocked machines to turn in. Yeah, this is going to be lore heavy. And Alva should be here. Is there anybody else that's new? Or is it just Alva? I don't remember. And look how it's changing. All the additions. Oh, it is grand. Let's take a look first. I want to see.
Forget it. The man is unbeatable at machine strike.
His people invented the game. What did you expect?
Kotalo can't win every time. Try to be optimistic. Try to be realistic. We're terrible.
I like that. I want to get the supply cache real quick. Oh, look at all the goodies. And then I want to talk to Katalo first. Oh, I'm tempted to try and turn that stuff in for... Yeah, we're here. Let's do this. Okay, Spike Snout. Oh, we do have a flyable. Sky Drifter. But we need a Razor Tail. Oh, so there's none we can... Well, actually, no. I thought they were going to be marked... Oh, maybe because these are red. This is not red. This has the red in the bottom right-hand corner. We need stuff for these. Oh, all right. Stalker Stealth Generator. We need 3 of those bad boys. Wow, think of it. We can override those. That's pretty crazy. What else is on here? As I'm just scrolling left and right. Shell Snapper, Scorcher, Rollerback, Plowhorn, Fireclaw, and then the Spike Snout. Unlock the ability to override this machine in the wilds. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Excellent. Excellent. We got that one. All right. Little underwhelming, I gotta say, but that also means I have to be taking on more machines. Anything here? No. We'll pass on that stuff for now. I want to find Katalo.
Ha!
I can never... Oh, could he be in here? No. That's Alva that looked like. See, and I also don't know... There he is. Should we be talking to the rest of these people before? They all have exclamation points, so I think we can talk to them before we talk to Gaia.
The old ones used
I think we can do that this time. Oh, he doesn't have his arm.
Aloy, well met. We've been briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Indeed. I was hoping we could discuss it, if you have a moment.
Most definitely. Let's discuss. All right, we have a lot to do here. So those two are already done. So are we? I think we're gonna do this with all the companions. We're gonna go through the companions, the training, and then there might be something else involved.
Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah, she definitely held up her end.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up.
Yeah, it does. So there was, going back in the memory banks, there was a mistake, I believe, but then there was also just straight up corruption after that. Corruption or evil, straight up evil after that also.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regalla's tremor tusk?
Oh.
Right where the river bends.
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Then I'll let you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
Excellent. Nice. So obviously we're going to have to do that before we go to the Gemini Cauldron. It just has, I mean, yeah, we got to do that.
I have to go now.
Then do not let me keep you.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regalla's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
And that's actually perfect because at the beginning of the last episode, let's get, I don't want floor. There we go. I was looking at the map, right? And the bulwark, we had, yeah, there's the bulwark, right? Yeah. There are a lot of missions to do over here. We have, all right, let's see, what was lost? We had, oh, that's where we're meeting him. Yeah, that's where we're meeting Catallo. Then we also have, can I get on there? Get out there. I think it might be the pitmaster there. But racetrack, we have a soldier's march, call and response, and then we also have a black box. So yeah, we have a lot to do in this area. So that works out perfectly. Is there any, do I want to go through these rooms? Do I want to circle these rooms to see if there's anything new? Oh, were those lit up like that? I don't know if they were. We're going to have to get into her room to see if there's anything new. But what about this? Caterpillars and... we read that. We read that. That's not new. Yeah, let's just go around the rooms until we get back to Catallo. So this is Aloy's room. Nothing's popping. Might as well do this, although I think we recently just did this, so we're good. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, but we'll do a quick once around with the focus, though, just to ensure. Oh. Shop's token. Yeah, we've already looked at that, though. Spear. But it's not highlighting these that we've looked at, so maybe I'll go back to that token. Maybe there is something we've missed there. But I was literally just up here.
One of Morland's embers. The spark of a new dream for an ancient city.
Okay. Oh, that was okay. That does look more like an ember. So where's the token then? Yeah, I don't know. It's not saying token anymore. Oh, a Tenakth dagger. Oh, is it picking up on this? Yeah, that's what it's picking up on. My bad. Or no, it's this. That's the dagger it's picking up on. That's not a dagger. That would be more of a bow. Not a dagger at all. Yeah, we've already gone through all that stuff. All right, cool.
So this Hephaestus, he's like Gaia's own personal blacksmith.
Do we want to go down? Yeah, let's go down and see if we can't talk to her. Is she? Oh, that's closed. Can we not talk to her? That's just going to go up. That's the elevator shaft. We must not be able to talk to her. It's closed off for some reason. Maybe after we talk to Gaia. That's probably what's going on there. This is just... I know this is a different storage room, but that still just leads back around to there, so that's cool. All right.
This is gonna take a while.
That's Gaia. That's that elevator shaft. Exit. This is where we started. Now, however... Yeah, all right, that's where we started.
So, we're fighting immortal.
We bypassed this, though. Utara figure. Yeah, this is Varl and Zoe's room, right?
I'm glad I could help Zoe fix the land gods. She never gave up on them. And because of her, Plainsong's fields will bloom again.
Yeah, that's one of the control cores. Cool. Very cool.
I'm definitely not getting any of this.
And then there's Alva. All right. Let's... Is there anyone in the side rooms?
There's Gwen stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
Oh, what do we got here? Common language. I think this is new. Ever since the expedition landed and we encountered barbarians, sorry Tanakh, a question has been gnawing at me. Given the massive distance between here and the Great Delta, how is it possible we all speak the same language? I mean, the legacy tells us that the ancestors had many languages. How did it all get reduced to one? For questions like these, it's handy to have a friendly super intelligence around. I love Gaia. She's so nice and patient. Even when I can't stop talking and bombarding her with overlapping queries, and while she can't explain everything, I ask her. For this one, she had the answer. Apparently, the Zero Dawn system was designed to release people into the world as young adults after being educated via the Apollo database. So that we knew that. We've seen all that happening where they were being taught. Sure wish I could have gone to that school. You might not have. Might not have, actually. Language instruction was supposed to be a big part of the coursework. Students were to be encouraged to learn many languages, thus keeping alive the vibrant linguistics of the old world. But when Ted Faro erased Apollo, he made me so mad. Zero Dawn reverted to its default language, and that's all the kids in the Cradle facilities ever got. So our ancestors, our tribal ones, not the legacy ones, all started with the same speech and never got to learn any more. So that's actually pretty interesting, actually. Mystery solved. Yet another rotten, completely unfair thing that S-Head, beg my pardon, did to the world. That's pretty interesting, actually. I like that. Now can I get out of here? There we go. Oh, have I noticed this?
Where have I seen this before?
Those are, that says we're getting the kernels. Have I noticed that? Oh, it's only back here. I do not know if I've noticed that before. All right, let's talk to Alva, and then we'll hit the rest of the gang.
Aloy,
Right to work, I see.
there's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing. And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
Oh, what does she mean by that?
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
A great
It's
group.
funny because one of your friends is, well, another you.
True.
Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are.
Ooh, more companion stuff.
I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
So I'm wondering, she's not wearing a focus like Aloy's. Didn't Aloy give her one of those and she just incorporated it into what they have? Obviously, they have an earlier version. But yeah, she's not visibly wearing that right now.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
Maybe I want to learn about the Zeniths. Oh, I want to learn about them so much because it's been so long. I think we're going to ask the Quen first and then finish with the Zeniths. So let's do this.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy. And many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
Yeah, so obviously that's interesting because there is some benefit and obviously a lot of negatives to doing it that way. And then the CO. Yeah, so remember, I actually thought that was Travis. I no longer think that. I thought that was Travis playing the part. But yeah, they obviously went with, sorry. They obviously went with CO as you know, being part of CEO, right? So let's find out more about that dude. And that dude did not have a pretty end, that's for sure. I still wish we could have seen Ted Faro. I wonder if that could still be a thing. Whoa, what happened there? Wonder if that could still be a thing. I want to see Ted Faro, man.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named Sio, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Faro, the Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
No, yeah, I mean, obviously that makes sense, right? Because everything that they've seen has Pharaoh's name on it, basically. And they're seeing his name in archives. So that makes complete sense that they would do that, not fully knowing the entire story. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure it's been mentioned. We've been told and we've learned, but where exactly are they from? I remember they came from across the ocean, like she just mentioned. But I don't know if we know exactly where they're from. I don't remember if we do.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse. But nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door. And more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
And hearing her and the way she talks about the Quen just made me think of or remember Silence. Like, why have we not heard from him in forever? I would have liked to have seen him be play a larger part in this game. And obviously, I think at some point he probably will. But I would have liked to have seen more throughout instead of just at the very beginning and then potentially probably just the very end.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, power does that to people.
The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
I was just thinking of something also now too. What are the chances that everyone is a copy? Not just Aloy. Although I guess if that's the case and you're being born in the mountain or somewhere like that, right? Something like that, it would be known, I guess, right? Yeah, okay. Silly idea. I don't know. My mind just kind of went off on that one for a little bit. But yeah, okay. So anyone under an ancestor, Pharaoh was an ancestor, so Sobek was an assistant. All right. But again, they didn't know.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, we're on that. That's not going to happen. All right, let's go back and the Zeniths.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
Oh, that's interesting. So they were kind of doing the same thing with Eric as they did with Ted Faro. They see all the good stuff, right? Because that's all they really had access to and knew about. But she's learning, so that's cool. But she didn't know about the others? Because even we've seen the others. So how's she not come across records of the others and only that Eric dude? Interesting. All right.
I need to get going, but if you need anything...
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about, to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
Adding to the team. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's talk to... let's talk to Aaron first. Oh, I love this dude.
There she is. Heard you had an interesting time at Thebes.
Maniacs, lava, what's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
Okay, I was expecting a little more from him out of there, but we still have a couple things here, so you never know.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
All right. Again, expecting a little more out of Aaron.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Erend.
Yeah, Aaron's gonna be fine. So I'm thinking this is gonna be just like in Zero Dawn, right? I didn't know it at the time, but we were collecting companions basically by doing different missions for them, and then we all met up, at the end there. So this time we actually know because we were actually collecting them in a base. That's why that was kind of cool that they changed that in this game.
I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Yeah, all right. Zoe or Varro? Let's hold Varro for last. Let's talk to Zoe.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varro gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba.
You know what's kind of interesting is talking to Aaron, right? Because he was talking about how giddy she was. And she was kind of alluding to that a little bit. They're becoming, what would you say, desensitized to the amount of information and the information in general. Because they're getting used to it, right? To where it's brand new to her, but yet they're kind of not seeing it. Hey, we were in that same boat not too long ago. I think it's kind of interesting.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession.
Which
Apparently
is?
the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Well, we did see that in Zero Dawn, right? At that one, I forget, what was that called? But it was towards the end, where they were kind of doing basically battles like that.
Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths.
Nice.
Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
And real quick too, I know when she mentioned about the old ones and that stuff, she wasn't referring to the Zero Dawn era. I realized that. She was talking to before that.
I need to get going.
Right. You've retrieved the Omega clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
But I do like how they find modern day stuff like bubble baths, stuff like that, and then basically pretty much call out how trivial it actually is. All right, so I think all we have... Oh, I forgot about Varro. Wow. We still have Beta also, but I think we have to talk to Beta after
So
Gaia.
the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup, like the card show. Why? Yeah, it beats me.
It probably meant something to them.
How did I almost forget
As it
about
does to
Varro?
my people.
All right, buddy.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you.
All right, so he kind of did the same thing, but I don't know. His seemed a little... Not that the other ones were not friendly, but his seemed a little more friendly.
Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
I was half expecting when he said what Zoe liked it, that she was going to come back with something witty. I was expecting that.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
Very true.
I should go get this to Gaia.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
Oh yeah, you know we will. He's still listening to that music. Yeah, he is. Interesting. Very cool. All right. I don't think we can talk to Beta, so let's just head on up to Gaia.
Welcome back.
I think we're going to turn in the drones first. Hello, Gaia. Let's turn these bad boys in.
There. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I'm still not sure as to what it is we're actually doing with these. Other than collecting them. I don't know what this does yet. I mean, is this a way to surveil these areas?
I like this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do we have anything else to turn, any more to turn out? No, we're only missing 2. And those are the 2 areas we have not really spent a lot of time in, which makes sense. All right. Back on out of this, and Gaia. Let's talk.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. Two cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
That's huge.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Uh-oh. What's going on with Beta? I was expecting a little more conversation out of Gaia. Oh, slide. All right, where is... There we are. Uh-oh. What's going on?
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever.
Why would we let that happen? Yeah, I'll protect you. That's what I'm thinking. Look at the odds. Well, how are the odds, actually? I don't know. I mean, they have a lot of amazing tech, it seems like. Find your courage. I'll protect you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, this is a life or death situation. This is not a life or imprisonment situation, I don't think. I kind of want to go with either find your courage or I'll protect you. I kind of like find your courage. But she has been kind of not full of courage this whole time. She definitely has that that scared piece in her, that frightened piece of them within her. So she definitely has that. So I think with that being the case, I wonder if we need to tell her we'll protect her. Let's go with it.
Varl and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid.
I'm sure it's not going to be that easy, though.
No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning, we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
What is she not telling us?
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart.
But
So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference?
maybe it's
What's
courage.
my defect?
Oh, Rost.
Beta,
Wow.
you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Rost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine.
Yeah, he loved her.
He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Yeah, and Beta never had anything like that. She's been used since day one. Isolated.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.